to have an interview. Freddie will be interviewing Dragondarch just before this Crystallis run.
Hello, I'm here with Dragondarch, running the next run, Crystallis. How are you today?
I just woke up, so take that as you will.
Fair enough. He sounds like good and rested for the run. Perfect.
So I wouldn't say that. 2.5 hours of sleep is not good and rested, but it's sleep, I guess.
It's sleep. It counts. It's a short run. It's fine. Shorter run. So this is your third time running Crystallis, actually, in a major marathon. How does this? What keeps bringing you back to this game?
This is just sort of one of my games, I guess. Like, I've been running this since, I think my first one was like 2006, 2007. I forget what year it was. I've been running it off and on for like a long time. And my buddy Matrick has helped me work on like optimizing the route over the years, like a lot. And we have brought the time down from like my time way back on the SDA days was like a 109, and now we've got a route. I still have a time of 58:14 now. And now there was some new tech discovered 2 days ago that I
2 days ago.
2 days ago that I spent the last 2 days rerouting the run.
So surely it won't be ready for today.
Oh, it's ready.
Oh, okay. So it's ready to go.
So
はい、お待たせしました。ですね、モデレーターの方、このタイミングで交代、させていただきます。続いて担当するのが90番さんですね。担当交代まで今しばらくかかりますが、少々お待ちくださいということで、次のタイトルなんですけれども、先に説明というか、紹介だけさせていただきたいと思います。次のタイトルがですね、日本語名と英語名2つありまして、日本語名の方はですね、ゴッドスレイヤー、はるか天空のソナタというタイトルで、英語名ではクリスタリスというタイトルになっております。こちらですね、まだ、ボイスの方での解説の方いらっしゃってないんですけれども、テキストの方でですね、説明、コメ解説していただけるという方がいらっしゃってますので、ぜひ、頼りにさせていただきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
About how much time does it save, do you think?
Initial estimates are about 75 seconds.
75? Okay.
That's a lot. It's major.
That's a lot for about an hour-ish run, right? So I see the last couple times you actually did this as a race, I believe both of them with Uranium Anchor, correct? Once of this category and once of the 100% category. Do you prepare a little differently for a race compared to a solo run, or?
Nope, I prepare exactly the same. I just when I'm doing a race, I don't really focus too much on who I'm up against or what they're doing. I just focus on my play.
Okay.
And I just practice like it's going to be a solo run, even though it's going to be a race, and I just do it to play my best.
Oh, good. So another later this marathon, you'll actually be running Vagrant Story on the PSX console. What are you doing to get ready for that? If you want to give us a quick preview.
So far, I've done absolutely nothing to get ready for that. I've been focusing on this game. So my plan is after this run.
ここからはですね、モデレーターの方、ジギモさんから、私90番に、交代いたしました。よろしくお願いいたします。次はゴッドスレイヤーはるか天空のソナタですね。こちらの方はまだ解説の方方がいらっしゃらない。先ほどコメントの方でね、チャット解説してくださるという方がいらっしゃいましたが、声の方でもね、ボイスチャットの方で解説してきていただける方も引き続き募集していますので、ディスコードなどからディスコードなどに入っていただいて声をかけていただければ対応しますのでよろしくお願いいたします。
Actually, you started as an attendee and you've been both enforcement and now you're a staff this year. How does it feel watching the event grow from a humble beginnings to now this 285?
では私はここで失礼させていただきます。どうぞ皆さん、これからもイベントの方楽しんでいっていただければと思います。それでは失礼いたします。
はい、お疲れ様でした。
Or sorry, I got to get the name right. It was Cafe Denton.
Cafe Denton, yes.
The food there was
ゴ
excellent.
ッドスレイヤーなんですが、私一応動画、今回の奏者の方の記録動画をですね、本当、冒頭10分ぐらいをざっくりと見て、チャートもスピードランドトコムにあったので、英語はあんまりなんですが、Google 翻訳などに頼りまして、ちょっと見たんですけど、どうやらレベリングをところどころ挟んでいくっていう細かいレベリングを RT 中に挟んでいくような RPG ですね。
Through both Crystallis and the task run of Final Fantasy coming up, you'll be able to donate.
はい、チャット解説の方よろしくお願いいたします。今本家の画面の方ででかくクリスタリスっていう額縁に入っているのが出ていると思うんですけれども、これがゴッドスレイヤーの海外版のタイトルですね。
For these, they are really awesome. Especially this. This is really a really cool perler, framed and everything.
Trying to get them all up there. This is really hard. I don't have enough fingers for this.
Kind of works, but
wait, no, I'm figuring it out. Bingo. Success.
Wait. No, I gotta get mine.
Just gonna let them spin.
There we go. Okay, we got all 6.
Good.
Got them.
You see them sideways. That's enough.
Oh, that wasn't. But thank you.
We did it.
Anyway, so this is Freddy signing off with Dragondarch, about to start his run of Crystallis.
Thank you, Freddy and Dragondarch, for the interview. Just a reminder to everybody donating, the Crystallis names and the names for the Taskbot run will be cutting off at the beginning of the Crystallis run. So if you want to bolster any names or change any, please get your donations in for that. We're going to be running another quick commercial. I was Keishira, and next up we're going to have Bob the Ninja Goldfish taking over. Thanks everyone, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
ストーリー。じゃあストーリーはちょっと今ウィキペディアとかから調べてみます。ゴッドスレイヤーは1999年に、ファミコンのソフトとして SNK、キングオブファイターズ KOF とか出してるとこですね。ここから発売されたアクション、RPG ですね。で、随分ウィキペディアのストーリーの概要が載ってんのかな。主人公はコールドスリープから目覚めて記憶を失った若者で、救世主と人々から言われている人物であって、 で、自分の正体の手がかりとなる4本の剣と1人の少女を求め、各地を旅するうちに、過去の遺産を悪用して、世界征服を目論むドラゴニア帝国と対峙することになると。そうですね、記憶がないのに、人々からあなたは救世主だとか言われたら怖いですね。
And the taskbot names, so go ahead and get your donations in now. Speaking of which, we have a $45 donation from Sean, who leaves us no donation comment.
あらすじがちょっと調べたら出てきましたね。1990X 年、人類は自らの手で文明を崩壊させた。どっかで聞いたような某世紀末漫画にありそうな文言ですね。人々はその過ちの償いとして天空高くに塔を建設、再び心を悪魔に支配されぬようにとの願いを込めて、その100年後、地上はモンスターに支配されており、人々は怯えながらも皆で寄り添い、再び平和を訪れるのを夢見て生きながらえていた。その希望の根拠となるのが語り継がれている救世主伝説などであった。で、先ほど言った通り、その救世主とされているのが主人公であると。で、まあ、その文明がなくなって100年後なので、まあ文明はなくなっているんですけども、まあそれに似つかわしくないハイテクなコールドスリープ装置から主人公が現れると。なんか本家の音が聞こえないな。ああ、すいません。ちょっと本家の音来てたわ。すいません。あ、ドネートあったかな？ちょっと調べますね。
I have a $25 donation from Traditionology, who just says RPG Limit Break, woo!
あー、なる るほど。ゴッドスレイヤーの、ドネーションインセンティブですが、主人公の名前ですね。を、ドネートで、主人公の名前をドネートで決めます。今1位がフォックスですね。キツネのフォックスですね。が1位となっております。
We're all here having fun and games, but I would like to talk a little bit about why we are here. Everyone here on site and running and volunteering and attending here at RPG Limit Break, we're all doing it to support NAMI, National Association on Mental Illness. It's the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization whose work is focused around 3 pillars: education and support, awareness, and advocacy. What does this mean? Well, on behalf of the Awareness Tree, NAMI participates in many opportunities nationwide, from Mental Health Month, which is here in May, Suicide Prevention Month, Mental Illness Awareness Month. There's all kinds of they work towards it.
まあ、このでの名前系のドネーションは、ろくでもない名前が付けられるのが恒例ですからね。そろそろ始まるかな。
So, I could call it Crystallis, I could call it Crystallis. I'm just going to call it Godslayer and get out of the whole thing. But Dragondarch's the one that's running the game, so let's take it over to you, Dragondarch.
お、画面来ましたね。
Woo!
Bob, you're a smart person.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Crystallis. So the first thing I need to do is give a shout
ここ
out
で
to
ネー
my
ム
buddy
エン
Patrick,
トリーで
who over the years has been
主人
helping
公の名
me
前が、
gradually
ドネーションにより決
route
定
this
ですね。
and
多分。
optimize the route and just has overall been a huge help in just bringing the time down from what it was back in the old SDA days. And then I also need to give another shout out to Overswarm, who 2 days ago discovered a new skip that required me to reroute a whole bunch of the game in the last 36 hours. I've had enough time to do 2 full runs with it. The route works. I don't have muscle memory built for it, so I have to curse him at the same time as giving him a shout out for putting me through this. But he absolutely discovered a huge skip that we'd been searching for a long time. But beyond that, we have on the couch with me, we've got the Axeman, who created the Crystallis tool-assisted speed run. How long ago now?
Oh shoot, 7, 8, maybe. Longer than I want to admit.
Yeah, it's been a long time since that went up.
And I think he's forgotten more.
確かこの創始の、ドラゴンダッチさんは、スピードラン .com で1位の記録を持つ方だったと思います。
And on my left here, we have Poexel, who has been on the couch for every single Crystallis run I have done for any major marathon.
後ろのソファーに座ってる人も、奏者みたいですね。
Still need to beat UA's time, though.
It only took us like, how many years to get you to run it?
A lot.
All right, do we have a file name?
We do. The file name will be Fox.
F-O-X?
F-O-X.
Capitalization?
Capital F.
ファイルネームは FOX で決定ですね。
And speaking of names, we are also cutting off the Final Fantasy Taskbot thing so they have time to.
ノーワイルドワープなので、なんか、ワイルドシティでしたっけ？なんか、どっか飛ばすんですよね。それがないんですよ。始まりましたね。
I also want to know, I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking during this because there's not much in the way of downtime. I'm going to leave a lot of that to these two. And 3, 2, 1, go.
はい、タイマースタートです。グッドラック。まず北東の家にいる人から100ドルを手に入れるそうです。で、アイテムショップに行って、解毒剤2つと、なんだこれ、アラームフルートで、ウィンドソードを、風の剣というのを、取ったそうです。で、装備します。で、このゲーム、リスポーンが、最初に固定されている敵のリスポーンが最初に固定されているのと次元で湧いてくるっていう2つのパターンがあるそうです。
One very important thing to point out as we're getting started with the run too is that every enemy and boss in the game has a minimum level that your hero needs to be in order to cause any kind of damage to them at all. So a huge part of the routing for the speed run is just is leveling up as efficiently as possible so that you hit that minimum level requirement for every enemy just in time that you need it.
So if we take out enemies on our way, then we don't really have to do much grinding, or at least a little less.
Okay, I'm right on track for experience right now.
Awesome.
I changed up the route here slightly. I found something that's a little more consistent but doesn't actually save any time, but it eliminates basically the entire slime grind, which is RNG. The slimes can just sometimes push you right back in the room. Hello? Throw the key.
Yeah, this is like a remote keyless entry for a car or something. As far as starting up the windmill there, you just need to step inside the shack and the whole interior of it counts.
Somehow the windmill is set up to blow up the entrance to a cave. So this is the first grind.
で、ここで、
Slime was not cooperative.
まだここで稼ぎはしないのか。まだ稼ぎはやらないっぽいですね。
He does want to hit level 2 before getting into the Cave to Brynmere, the first dungeon. The more kind of simple way to do it is just to keep going in and out of the windmill cave and respawn that slime, but looks like we're doing something a little more advanced here with these tigers.
So the task just goes in and out of the cave, but
稼ぎは洞窟内ですね。
Way more times than I wanted to be.
So the tigers are more predictable. They move just sort of, they're sort of meandering
で、
towards you all the time. So they're moving
ボス前に
The slimes move
経験値を60稼ぐそうなので、これでもう稼いだのかな。
Yeah, and we haven't actually seen it yet too, but one of the really defining things about this game is that you have 4 swords that you acquire tied to 4 elements, wind, fire, water, and thunder. And you can charge them up to actually shoot magical projectiles, but you notice that all of the combat he's done so far, he's just stabbing the enemies, preferably up against walls. He doesn't knock them back too. That just, for pretty much all of the combat in this game, with a few exceptions, is way faster than actually charging. Because do you want to explain how charging works?
Sure. So you've got to hold still and charge, unless you're playing a task, and then you can charge while you're walking.
I'm jealous of that.
で、今取ったのが多分風のオーブかな。チャートを見てる限りでは多分そうだと思うんですけど。剣レベルがアップ。なるほど、ありがとうございます。
So you might have noticed there was a room earlier where DD stopped for a little bit before he kind of went in further. And that was to spawn more enemies so that he can kill them and get their experience. So there was our first charge shot. You have to like sit and charge up that shot, so it's we're probably not going to see it a whole lot. Now in the task, you see it a whole lot because I don't have to stop.
Yeah, because you can just pause on the specific frames, basically the game actually.
で、最初のボスの吸血鬼ですね。こいつは完全に、乱数で行動するので、 それがめんどくさいみたいですね。倒しましたね。
Get a fun item drop from the vampire, the rabbit boots, which lets you jump, but has some
そっ
kind of
ち
fun
の
side
そっちの
effects that
ドラキュラ様ではないですね。
about halfway
ブ
through.
ラーとか言わない方ですね。
So remember, the empty slot lets you buy things for free. So he can buy as many warp boots as he wants, and that one on the right is a medical herb, so he can get those for free as well.
でも、街で今買い物をしたんですけど、ワープブーツを、まあとにか
Yeah,
く
he did get a safe
買えるだけ買っ
antidote
たみたいですね。
first town too, just because in the earlier parts of this run, getting poisoned is a very big deal because the only way to cure poison is either with an antidote, a spell he doesn't have yet, or staying at
ちょ
an
っと
inn.
ワープブーツがどういうアイテムなのかっていうのまでは調べられてないので、ちょっとその辺を教えていただけるとありがたいです。すいません。
Every TV cuts off different at the top, so it's hard to tell exactly where I need to jump. Ah, damn it.
なんかこれは記録動画ではやってなかった動きですね。
Maybe start
なんだろうこれ。
Okay, so there is a trigger block that's invisible, and we're trying to avoid this trigger block because if you touch it, it pushes you away.
なんか怪しい意識してますけど。いやもうこれ記録動画ではやってない動きですね。
Yeah, he's just done it
完全に初見
pretty
ですこれ
right away.
私。
Ordinarily, you need to go into get a gas mask that lets you go into poison forest, visit the village of Oak, get the sword of fire, fight a giant insect boss, go to another mountain, learn the teleport spell. But no, we're just skipping all that for now.
あ、本来は入れない場所に入ったと。なるほど、ありがとうございます。ああ、ワープブーツはルーラーみたいなものですね。なんですね。ありがとうございます。
Irritating. They're bad. They're bad news.
These are like one of the worst enemies in the game.
Because not only are the axes they throw problematic for taking damage, but they also count as sprite spawns too, which can interfere with other enemies spawning that we need experience from. Oh.
Get out of the menu.
多分ここで稼ぎかな、稼ぎかなのかなこれ。 で、毒沼に来ましたね。なんかガスマスクを装備しろってチャートに書いてあるんですよね。で、ここでは火ダメを被弾しないように気をつけるそうです。ああ、なるほど。装備しないと死んでしまう。
So that we can spawn more enemies that we need to kill to get the experience to kill the boss.
Yeah, because again, I mean, there's a minimum level requirement for every enemy and boss, and
で、
if we can just
この毒沼を終えるまでに経験値226を目指すそうですね。
I can't claim credit for this one. By using the warp boots in the fight, you're supposed to have to fight Stom here, and you just kind of stab him. You push him to the end of the room, and then he says, "I give up." But that takes too much time, so we just use a warp boots, and we count the fight as done.
Yeah, and I believe that reset that Dragondarch just did there was to not subtract a warp boots from his inventory.
That,
after using
and
it.
because I did it so early, it didn't update my position properly in the new town, so it put me sitting up by the inn.
で、今なんか子供を助けたそうで
I'm
す。
so used to going in there getting that insect flu, and now I don't need it anymore.
Which means we've got some other interesting tech here.
Okay, so we got a completely new grind spot for this. But I'm going to restock my warp boots.
あ、ワープブーツまた買ってますね。炎の剣を入手。なるほど、ありがとうございま
And you
す。
can always just come back here and get those.
4つの剣を集めるってあらすじっていうかストーリーの概要にあったので、
Yeah, 'cause there
あ
is
と
a
2
little
つ
bit of
の剣を
randomness
集める
to
のか
enemy
な。
spawns just 'cause there because they're all tied to spawn points basically on the map. And yeah, why don't you take it from here?
Okay, so every enemy spawns. So first off, some enemies spawn as soon as you enter the area. So you just enter there, they're there. Other enemies spawn on a timer. This timer is a 256. It goes through 256 numbers. That's 1 byte, and it's constantly going. You can't see it.
やっぱり経験値226まで稼ぎですね。
If that spawn spot is off screen, the enemy spawns. And the game keeps track of all the enemies even when they're off screen. So even if it's not there, the game still knows it's there. So Dragondarch's making sure that he goes off screen from where the spawn point is, then he comes back. And he doesn't know the value of this timer, so he's kind of just fudging up a little time to give a good chance that they spawn.
Just to make sure that even if he gets like the worst possible timer value, he'll still get the enemy spawn.
Yeah, those axes the axe throwers throw can actually occupy a spawn slot too. So sometimes they have to delay a
このゲームのテキスト送りなんですけど、A と B ボタンを交互に連打するのが一番早くテキストが送れるそうです。でも、見た感じそんな頻繁にテキストが出てくるってわけではないようには見受けられますけども。通常は4本の剣を3段階上げますが、RTA と風だけ2段目だけ上げて、あとは取るだけ。なるほど。
They move a little slower, but they're still moving. So if you kind of wait, they'll eventually get there, and they'll be in this case, they're going to be in range for you to kind of go in there, get them, and keep on with your grind.
I actually need those 3 to come down. Ooh, the 4th one came down too. That's rare. That's good. That means I'm going to have an extra 8 experience, which would mean I need 1 less zombie now.
So now that we've got that level up, we can go here, which we don't need anything in this area, but we have some enemies here that are worth more experience.
Yeah, then that extra screen transition he did just now, going back to the overworld and then back to Mount Saber South, was to create a checkpoint.
風を2段階目まで貯めて他の武器に変えると2段階目の障害物除去が可能になる。ほうほうほう。
Because every time you enter a screen where you can save the game, that also creates a checkpoint so that you can continue if you die.
I knew I should have picked up that coin. I despawned one of them.
若干稼ぎを多めに入れてるのかな。記録動画より多めに稼いでる印象は受けますね。
Mr. Spokes, who donates $5 and says, "Greetings from the Godslayer," says Crystalis, but Rando community, good luck on your run. I have $15 from Gunarm Dine, who says, "No puns for this one." You're welcome, Bob. Just want a shot at that Godslayer logo, Perla. And I have $100 from Steve Hacks, who says, shout-outs to Dragondarch and the entire Crystalis randomizer community for digging into this excellent game and finding new ways to break it and playing it for all it's worth.
Just want to point out, too, that what he's doing here as far as just kind of pushing the zombies away while he's stabbing with his sword, that is actually way harder than it looks, too, just because there's a very specific rhythm he needs to be swinging his sword at in order to actually hit the zombie without walking into it and taking damage.
Yeah, it's actually a little wonky because your sword stab starts when you release the B button, not when you press it. So you kind of, you don't actually want to just mash it as much as you can. It's sort of a rhythm.
どうやらレベル6以降を目指すみたいですね。
NPC, who says, "So, Dragondarch, when is the speed run of Godslayer on Game Boy Color? It has really awesome music."
I know how to run that, actually. Like, I'm not joking, I did route it. Because I'm an idiot.
You said it, I was thinking it.
Everybody was thinking it.
I have $100 from Siri, who says, "All hail our robot overlords." And that was to snipe Siri as one of the names for the...
レベル上がりましたね。で、ワープブーツ使って街に戻って、で、チェックポイントを登録したみたいですね。
but we don't have the ball of fire.
ああ。
That ball of fire lets you charge to level 2, but as we can see, we've got the level 2 charge
で、多
square
分
there that says we can charge to level 2.
Yeah, and that's normally required in order to be able to melt ice walls in dungeons, starting right here.
ボスへ向かうのかな、チャート見ている限りでは。
Because it will actually cancel the glitch. So I have to not take too much damage until I get close to the end of this area.
So you can pre-equip things like, I think you still got refresh equipped, so...
No, I have the rabbit boots equipped. I need those. I need those to get around the soldiers.
Okay, so we don't have any... Oh.
Get back here.
So here's kind of the next grind spot. In the task, I grind somewhere else, but I don't think
so jealous of that task, but we have tried everything to duplicate that, and we can't do it.
ああ、ここでも稼ぎするっぽいですね。
that you were able to take from the task, I thought it would be task only, and wow, I see you guys doing it, and
You can actually blame Matt for a lot of that. He was the one who implemented a lot of task stuff that we didn't think was going to be possible initially.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a rare spot where you actually see some fairly extensive use of the sword charge mechanic too, just because the
そうですね、稼ぎのテンポが良くなってますね。
Just works out nicely that you can kill both of them with one level 2 charge shot and then immediately
このチャージからなんか飛ばしてるのが一掃できるので強いっていう感じですね。すごく頭悪い表現になっちゃいますけど。これはなんだろう。チャージして風のチャージですかね、これは。やったことないからわからない。
Lovely, thank you. I have $25 from Brillips, who says, "This was the first game I remember."
あ、風、やっぱ風ですか。ありがとうございます。
So this is an amazing walk down memory lane. Thank you so much for the run.
You're welcome.
$15 from Geister Karl, who says, "I have to get to bed, so a quick donation and a good luck to all the, for me, night runners, especially Taskbot, because I heard it's already tired." And $5 from our own LLK, who says, "You thought it was just another Green Rabbit NPC, but it was me, Dio! Let's hope the ghost of Dragondarch doesn't infect Crystallis."
Please don't invoke that.
Hey, you brought it.
I brought it, and it's alive now.
Putting this towards the Mushigira fight in Earthlock.
One quick thing I don't think we actually touched on too is the rules for this category too, because it's listed on stream as any % no wild warp. I think
で、稼ぎが終了して、
I think so.
Because basically, there's a code you can do that involves using the second controller that lets you actually just instant teleport to, I think it's 16 kind of preset locations.
Spots, yes.
Yeah, so that changes up a lot of stuff, along with also just kind of making more of the run having to grind too, because of just being able to skip more story content. So this run just doesn't do that, and otherwise can do any kinds of glitches or skips possible.
It's definitely not glitchless.
Oh no, we have glitches.
I mean, he was glitching the game before the minute mark too, with the shop glitch. Yeah, and then every time he breaks one of these ice walls, the camera won't scroll or screen transitions.
多分ボスじゃなかった。何取ったんだろう。
Alright, so I've broken all the ice walls I need to, so I can actually go into the menu again. But I'm gonna wait until after.
防具買ってませんよね。チャートには無料で手に入るとか無料で防具が手に入るって書いてあるんですけど。で、ボス戦誰だ？ケルベスク。これも乱数みたいですけど、無事突破しましたね。で、この前に、ジャイアントインセクトっていうボスがいるはずなんですけど、多分スキップされちゃいましたね。
The safest strat for that fight is what I just did. You just tank damage and stay in his face as much as you can. You lose pretty much every battle of attrition with him. if you try to like run and hide and try to dodge around everything, he's gonna wear you down. You're gonna run out of healing before you can take him down.
So another point, that boss dropped the flame bracelet. Now in this game, the bracelet supersedes the ball, lets you charge to level 3. If you own the bracelet but don't equip it, you can charge to 2, which is what DD is at right now. So that completely kind of legitimizes the skip that we did earlier. So he actually skipped an entire mini boss that he needed to beat to get that ball, but now he's got the bracelet. That ball just completely doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if he were to go back and actually get the ball now, then that would eat the flame bracelet, because it only kind of grabs one at a time.
It does weird things,
Yeah.
and the game gets kind of angry.
すごい強引に脱げましたね。
Had to overwrite. I've had the ball of fire overwrite the ball of water, which was interesting.
Yeah, and then you just did the statue skip, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, that's another sequence break too, where ordinarily you're meant to do kind of a series of fetch quests to get a, is it a fruit of lime?
Flute of lime.
The flute of lime, okay, to depetrify those people blocking that staircase, but just by it, I mean, it's actually really easy to do. You just go to the right and then hold down and left, and then just maybe you can explain the technical details of it.
足
So the way that it's
す
coded, these people that are guarding doors, they push you back in the
うん
direction that you're facing. So if you walk diagonally down and left, you're facing down. So the guards,
No.
so the
あ
guards will push you up.
ーな
And
ん
the
か
door
危な
is
そう
up.
ですね。
So you get pushed
氷の
into the
剣を
door
入
that
手
they're trying to prevent you from getting to. And so you get this sequence break.
Hello?
Oh.
Controller's not agreeing with me right now. You respawned.
So this is fairly dangerous. These Medusas are worth a lot of experience. We couldn't hit them before with the fire sword. Now
そう
we
で
pick
す
up
ね。
the
こ
water
の
sword,
なんか
you
赤いや
can
つ
kind
倒
of
す
go
と
back
50
and
もらえ
forth
てるので
and take
美
them
味しい
out.
ですね。
There's a whole bunch of them that spawn here. There's like 3 that spawn kind of in that top part, and another one that spawns a little further down in this section. And so we're just gonna go back and forth there.
え
Great way to get a lot of experience. They,
ここ
so
で
they,
経験値を
they can
1450は
they
少なくと
have
も
this
稼ぐ
shot
そう
that
です。
can stone you. Stoning would be really bad. If you're stoned in midair, they can't hurt you. You kind of just stay in midair. So paralysis here stops them, makes it a lot easier and a lot safer.
And when you notice some kind of wiggling around there, that's to respawn all of the Medusas, because like X-Man mentioned a bit ago, there's a kind of a hidden timer that controls when enemies respawn, and he's just kind of making sure that that timer runs down.
I'm also being super careful because these kill me in 3 hits. Like, these are really dangerous. Let's
And
get out of here.
We're out of magic.
So did you say we're skipping the Flute of Lime?
Yes.
So I would like to apologize to Benimation in his $15 donation. He says, "Hi there. This is one of my favorite games of all time, partly because of the weirdest item of all time, the Flute of Lime. I'm hoping when it shows up, everyone can yell Flute of Lime. Thanks. I'm sorry. I have some bad news."
Fun fact, we skipped both of them.
That's right. There's actually 2. They're only one use, and there are 2 people that are stoned that you can unstone with the flute. So the
え
fruit
ー
of
と
lime
水
unstones
の
you,
オー
the
ブ
flute
をもらった
unstones
みた
other
いです
people.
ね。
So that's
多分
the 2 people
合
that
ってますかね。
that we kind of glitched through, and there's
大丈夫か
another
な。
NPC in that dungeon that
英
you
語
can,
でテキスト送りも早いので、
there's another NPC in that dungeon that you can unstone to get a
今見てるチャートから推測するしかないん
We
です
just
け
saw
ど。
the utility function of the Sword of Water there too. Once he has the level 2 charge, he can create ice bridges over certain rivers.
So this is the Carissa plant cave, and there's a lot of enemies in here. If we just get the enemies in our way,
水の剣が2段階までアッ
there's
プ。
a lot of experience
ありが
that
とう
we'll
ござい
get. We
ま
won't
す。
need to do any grind sequences for a while because there's just so many enemies in our way. Except for those dragons, they're not worth a whole lot of experience. There's also a mechanic. So we've got 3 swords now. each enemy is weak or strong. So the swords always do the same damage if they work, but every enemy is weak or strong to certain swords. So here we've got a lot of enemies that are weak
この
against
キノコ
the
が
fire
火に
sword.
弱い、
However, we need the wind
火に
sword
弱
required
く
to
て、
break these
で、
barriers.
こ
So there's
の
a bunch of switches,
雲、
which is why, Dragondarch
チャート
was
には
talking
雲って
about
あるんですけ
menu,
ど、なんかイソギンチャクみたいなや
Yeah,
つが
that's
多
something
分、
that really separates top-level runners of this game.
あ、植物かな。植物が、このイソギンチャクみたいなのが風と火に弱い。雲が水と火に弱いってあるんですけど、なんか出てきた覚えがないんですよね。ここどこだ？
Also by Overswarm, I might add.
Another reason I've got to redo the task. So when I made the task, I discovered a lot of these glitches and tricks. But you know, a lot of other people have gotten in here, and there's a lot of things the task doesn't do that I've got to look at. But in the back here, we got the nice. So it's actually not a tough window. If you use the teleport spell, there's a 1-frame window. But with the boots, you can do it anytime when the dolphin leaves. Otherwise, you are stuck while the dolphin. You just have to sit there and watch the dolphin kind of.
イルカを助けた。イルカか。
Keep in mind, you did actually totally skip the teleport spell, which you normally learn in Mount Saber West, along with getting the tornado bracelet.
まあ、フラグ立てた瞬間、ワープブーツでとっとと移動しちゃうっていう、まあ、RTA ならではの RPG の攻略法ですね。ああ、雲いますね、こいつ。こいつが、水と火に弱いと。
Facing off against the evil empire that's trying to find the castle in the sky. Something like that.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about the story to this game with how fast-moving the speedrun is, but yeah, I guess the Cliff Notes version is that just you're a hero awoken from a cryogenic sleep at the start, and you're getting involved with a rebellion against an evil empire called the Dragonian Empire that's trying to resurrect an ancient doomsday weapon called the Tower. And also the world ended in 1997, by the way,
right.
too, according to this game.
The end day, October 1st, 1997.
Just quite quickly, Axe, we've had a few people asking what a TAS is, and given our next run, do you want to give us a quick
I can, yes.
breakdown on what TAS means?
So in a TAS, instead of a controller being connected into the console, a robot is connected into the console. And the robot sends the signal that a controller would send, but since it's not a controller, it can do some interesting stuff, and it doesn't have to worry about things like how fast you can press. Also, what a TAS is, I think you can think of it as normally you make the TAS on an emulator, and the emulator can track
稼ぎはもうしないのかな。ああ、いや、まだ稼ぎはしないみたいですね。今のところ普通に進んでるだけなのかな。
So he's able to basically manipulate any kind of random event in the game.
多分宿屋に泊まったのかな、今。
And for certain games, it turns out that the emulator is accurate enough that if we play those presses back into the console through the robot, which we call TASBot, that it will sync. And so we can actually play a task back on the real system instead of just an emulator.
And TAS stands for Tool Assisted Speedrun.
That's right, Tool Assisted Speedrun.
Yeah, because it's not a human being playing the game in real time. It's actually a kind of a series of controller inputs that's been programmed in advance and being replayed for you.
So the main place to find TAS is our site called tasvideos.org.
この可愛らしい旅館なんですが、ケンスとかいうキャラに話しかけることでイルカを召喚することができるらしいです。
Well, actually, we got some grinding here.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit before that comes up. Yes. We got some turtles that are going to be very, very sad today.
We should explain the dolphin, though. So the dolphin, this friendly dolphin here that lets us ride us, he moves a lot
懐
faster
かしいです
than
ね。
your normal
うん
character,
Windows、
and you can ride him along,
Windows なんだっ
fight
け
these
あれ。
turtles.
2000とかだっけ
Turtles, Man of Wars,
ありましたね。
Poisonous
なんか、
sea cabbages,
イルカが
that's
出てきて、
basically what these are.
It's an NES sprite.
なんかわからないことだったら聞いてください
Also,
みた
never
い
mind
な。
the fact that I can hit way below them and still hit them. Their hitboxes are disjointed way below where they actually are.
あ、オフィス
Yeah, the
97か。
hitboxes in this game are a little. It's one of the things that I got a lot of Lua scripting in
結
the
束法
past.
ね。ありましたね。
But my advice is aim low. The hitbox is usually a little lower than you expect.
Yeah, when I saw a picture of what the spider's hitbox actually looks like, I laughed very hard.
Spider's hitboxes are something else.
Yeah.
So,
ここでは7840経験値を稼ぐそうですね。
Spoilers, he's actually going to be doing another pretty significant skip after he's done here that's going to completely skip going to, what is it called, Evil Spirit Island.
That's right.
And where you normally have your first encounter with Sabera, who's the second fiend.
Who are we talking about? I don't know this boss you're referring to.
So there are 4 kind of general tetrarchs of the evil empire that we're facing off against, and you're supposed to have to fight 3 of them twice, but we're gonna skip one of them fights, so, and the game doesn't matter so much. But the first one we fought was that green guy on the top of the mountain there. His name is General Kelbesk or something like that.
で、今このつついてる相手ですけど、カメらしいです。
So we're gonna see him again, and then this fire witch that we are supposed to fight here. We'll see her a second time, or I guess the first time for us.
The first time for the second time for the last time.
Yes.
Yes. And the second time you fight them, spoilers, they'll have new attacks and everything, so it'll be a different fight.
And also considerably easier for reasons we'll get into.
あ、7840になったんで稼ぎ終了ですね。
So this glitch is actually pretty tough to pull off. It takes it's 1 or 2 frames.
何これ
It is frame perfect. I've looked at it as much as I can.
またなんかやってるよ。
Third try I will
Yeah.
absolutely take.
So what he did, so basically what he was doing was basically jumping with the rabbit boots and then is it getting onto the dolphin on the same frame?
Exiting the I need to jump with the rabbit boots. The frame I get off the dolphin, because that one frame I'm still counted as over water. So the game lets me just
今のは
oh,
イルカを降りるのと
Yeah, because the way the rabbit
イルカを降りるのと
boots are programmed is that, they're actually
降り
programmed the
る
same way as the
同
fly
じ
spell
降りる同じフレームに A ボタンを押すことで
But he only flies for 1 frame, basically.
できるらしいです。
Jump instead of actually flying. But since you can't land on water, if he does that glitch and then goes out over water, the game just kind of lets him fly indefinitely until he goes over solid ground.
多分そうだから1フレーム技なのかな。
Without having to do the whole Sabera quest line.
So despite being level 11, these axe throwers still do quite a bit of damage because I still don't have armor.
So the axes. So there's actually 2 different types of damage in this game. There's shield damage and armor
あれ
damage.
格好が変わった。
So projectiles.
キャラクターが変わったのか
have a
な。
shield
ああ、
rating,
また
and,
切り替わりましたね。もしかしていつ
enemy
の間にか
like
仲間
body
が増え
attacks
たの
are
かな。
gonna hit your armor. So if you get a shield, you get stronger defense against
あ、変身魔法。
against projectiles like the axes, and if you get armor, you get stronger defense against getting hit by
Yeah,
enemies
these
directly.
guards don't really care that you just kind of turn into one of them and then turn back while they can still see you too after opening the gate. Yeah, don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
That's why they're the guards at that gate. They weren't terribly good in town. So they're like, you deal with the checkpoint. And just report if anything suspicious happens.
Yeah, he also, because after getting the change spell from Kensu, he also went back a bit in order to get a
ここの山はチェックポイントがないので死なないようにしないといけないそうです。
So it's just convenient to go grab it right at that point.
So that change spell lets you turn into 4 different people. And technically, there's
目の前で
kind of,
変身して目の前で解除したけど
for
free armor, by the way.
いいのかな。
Yeah, we just bought some of the most powerful armor in the game for free. And then we got a discount on magic rings, which restore our MP completely.
Key to Stixie, by the way. We'll be going to the cave of Stixie next.
I'm just gonna play it safe, grab a quick trip to the inn.
This game is actually translated pretty decently for an NES era game, except for the key to Stixie.
Can I jump in with a couple of donations?
Go for it. Actually, we're gonna have a grind session coming up like real quick here.
なんか
Yeah,
盾を
we could explain how the grind works exactly, and then we can.
バトルシール
This
ド
is
で
going to
い
be
い
the
のかな
coolest
これ
grind
は。
section. And this is also the number one spot where I said, no one's going to do this in real time.
Yeah, this is your baby.
セラミックスーツとバトルシールドというのを
I discovered this when I was routing
買っ
the
たみたい
task.
ですね。
Considerably easier in a task. We're gonna have to get into Stixie in a little bit here. We got the key to Stixie, and we're gonna. Oh, so these these slimes congeal. You know, if you're playing a task, the slimes tend to congeal just exactly when you need them, just coincidentally, you know. In Stixie here, we've got the first occurrence of these shooter things. We got the barrier spell, so we can just walk right through there.
And now we get to meet our friend Bert. Why is he named Bert? Why not?
Every important NPC in the game needs a name.
Yes, and this guy is way more important than a lot of the named characters in the game too. So
これも
just decided
ボス
he
か
had to
な
have a name.
どれだ
wanna
ろう。
explain what exactly he's doing?
チャー
here?
トのど
So
こ
remember
だ
how we said that some enemies spawn initially as soon as you enter the room?
ああ、これカスティギか。ボスじゃない
So
な
he。spawns right when you enter the room. But the entrance to the room is right above him. So if you
固定
were
の
to
雑魚
walk
です
right
ね。
in
すいませ
there,
ん。
you would hit him right away.
ありがとう
So
ご
you
ざい
gotta
ま
jump
す。
with the rabbit boots. You jump over him, and then you can safely get him. And he's worth a lot of experience, something like 656, 672.
なるほど。
So we're going to get our levels pretty fast. We actually need to get a little more than just the next level. So we're going to be killing Bert a little while. So now, it's time for donations.
Alrighty, so we have a $50 donation from Thoringar, who says, my all-time favorite game from my childhood. Many long nights of insomniac gaming. Great to see it shredded. Best of luck on the run.
楽そうにやってますけど、これ実際にやってみるとすごく手が忙しそうな稼ぎですね。
An old friend of ours who says, is it Crystallis or Crystallis?
Yes.
Who knows? But may the Draken be with you.
No, no.
Nobody wants Draken to be with them.
I have a $100 donation from Major Tom, who says, it may be hard to tell in a speedrun, but Crystallis has the
いや
best
さすがスピードランナーだけあって同じ動きこれだけやってても全くミスらないという。
So he does have to jump with a somewhat tight timing in order to get all the
多
way over
分
without taking damage.
経験値
but,
16,800を目指してますね。
if he does it too late and doesn't doesn't hear the start of the jump sound effect, you can actually just buffer up in order to go back out without taking damage.
I do want to point out this is a lot trickier than it looks.
Yeah, especially doing it this fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about a 2 or 3
ただ
frame
この
window
雑魚の
every
経験
time,
値は
over and over.
ものすごくうまいので。
Alright, we're done with Bert.
ああなるほど。ああこの
Everybody give a round
人
of applause for Bert. He made a
自分
great
の
show.
自己ベ動画でやってた通り 16,128 にしましたね。
Well, I also want to point out he has a twin brother in the other hall on the
安
other
定
side
を
of
取
the
ると
there. We call him,
16,800
he's also named Bert, but
なんですけど
instead of you.
途中の道中で稼ぐっていうのを考慮して16,128にしたみたいで
His
す
mother。was Berta.
Or Bertha, yeah. Roberta.
Good blob. Let's see. Oh, got another blob.
And then we were about to get
Good.
the Sword of Thunder too, which is the whole reason we came here.
Or if you're playing the GBC version, Sword of Chunker.
Yeah, and just jumping on these spikes to avoid taking terrain damage.
Also, those moths have some of the highest contact damage in the game. You don't want to let them hit you. Get down here.
Again, he's resetting there in order to both to not lose the warp boots out of his inventory and also to kind of mess up where the game loads him into the town. Now we get the world's fastest
土か岩の剣取得。
everything was good in Chiron when we left. Now,
多分土の剣
oh, I guess we didn't get to
か
see
な。
Carnage yet, too. Okay, this is Mado then. The water-themed,
窓という敵みたいですね、多分。水レベル3をチャージして避けながら連打するそうです。で、勝ちましたね。
But we did buy a bunch of magic rings that restore our MP completely, so we're pretty good on magic. Next up, we're going to the desert oasis, where there is a cave in this oasis, and
we're gonna hope I don't get paralyzed 60 times.
Yeah.
And for reasons that we'll see in the next dungeon after this, I think you're really not intended to come here at this point too. I think you're intended to come here after Go Fortress.
で、ここでは、常時チャージを継続するみたいですね。で、蚊がいるんですけど、こいつに刺されないように気をつけるそうです。
Yeah, these insects, not really too dangerous as far as just like killing you, but they can paralyze you with their like pollen attack. And you would think that paralysis in an RPG would mean that you can't move, but that's actually what the stone status condition does in this game.
ちょっとでかすぎますね。こんな蚊に刺されたらひとたまりもないですよ。
Pretty big problem in a dungeon where you need to create a lot of ice bridges and then eventually also break a thunder wall, I think as we call them.
On the other hand, if you have task level reflexes, they're pretty good for experience.
No, keep them away. Keep them away. They can keep their experience.
Off.
Yeah, so the reason he went there was to get the power ring, which it will eventually be a required story item, but getting it as early as possible, as in after you have the ball of thunder, lets some really fun stuff happen here.
で、ここではパワーリングを装備して、
getting extra attack power is also going to help with grinding, just killing these enemies faster, getting that experience.
で、レベル13になりたいみたいなんですけど、
Especially if you found some new glitches.
Yes.
まあ、多分道中で稼ぎっていうよりは進みながらレベル13を目指すっていう形になるんですかね。あ、レベル13になりましたね。
So this recover spell we got a while back, we can recover from any of the status ailments, but it takes a little time to go through the menu, equip it, and then you probably have to go back and equip something else.
Remember how deadly Kelbesk was when we fought him?
で、イベント戦闘ですね。ケルベスク。
That's the power ring.
一瞬で終わった。なんか単なるバリアとか書いてあって、イベント戦闘かと思ったんですけど、普通に倒してましたね。で、今、なんか回復してもらったみたいです。
So DD's probably listening for that flail right now. I don't hear it, so I think he despawned.
I don't want the flails to despawn. I want the insects to despawn because there's those mosquitoes that throw pollen. Those are in here too. And the flail guys, they don't occupy the spawn slot of the mosquitoes, but their flails will take up a spawn slot. And if the flail guys spawn early enough, they'll just straight up despawn the insects, which is what I want. And it looks like I got lucky enough that they didn't spawn. Unlike SGDQ 2013, where they absolutely did spawn. And I'd never seen them in this room before.
Again, those insects are great for experience if you have task level reflexes.
まあ、
So here we got
アクションゲームとかだったら簡単に超えられるんでしょうけど、一応 RPG なので、その辺はね。またなんかボスらしき敵が出てきましたが、瞬殺されましたね。
Which is the only like easy way to fix a certain status ailment that we haven't seen yet.
That we hope we don't.
That we hope that we don't see.
We really hope we don't see it.
Yep.
Yeah. So for speedrunning this game, the complication of the experience and just all the things, so enemies despawning and other things that can happen, you know, like we were talking about the insect spawning. There's a lot of variation that you'll have to kind of improvise around, and as far as figuring out how to get these guys to spawn.
Because like every time he's looping back and forth, he's hugging that bottom wall as closely as he can to keep the spider's spawn point off screen. Just as far as
ここなんですけど、雲を倒した後は必ず壁に密着しないといけないとチャットに書いてあります。
Yeah, you notice we're picking up the gold every time, even though we're not going to be buying anything else.
Really?
で、経験値28,512でレベル14。レベル14を目指すか、もしくは経験値28,512を稼ぐっていう形ですね、この雲で。
So, I have $50 from Mike's mom, who says thanks for doing this for a great cause, and $10 from Demarine, who says, hey Dragondarch, sad you can't finish the run at level 9. Love for the rando too.
Alright, so I've got enough that I'm going to be able to get the rest of the level on the way to it, provided the we call
28,704なんで、多分これで稼ぎは終わりかな。終わりっていうか、一旦終わりですね。
Does need to be level 14 for the Mato refight.
Here's the first part of the Hellway, a butterfly that buzzes right at you. We're going to use the level 3 sword attack to clear this out.
Because I believe these Spectre enemies are invincible outside of like very specific types of sword charges.
You have to use any level 3 sword charge will reveal them.
これは処理落ちしてるのかな?
And fires one of them. So using that level 3 fire charge gets...
and they are massive jerks too, because they can camp out near the where you come off of the moving platform.
ああ、やっぱ処理落ちですか。ありがとうございます。
Get hit while you're on a platform, then you just fall right through it, and
that's why I have barrier running when I get off of them. I want to make sure I don't fall through them.
And that was perfect experience routing, getting the last level we need right before.
で、窓2戦目ですね。最初と同じで水のレベル3を連発するみたいです。で、倒しましたね。
Actually, Overswarm's been playing around with it without it, but I don't think it's really any faster, and we can't skip the bows, so we might as well get the bracelet.
The bracelet was in the basement of the Amazon's chiefess, where we got the bow of Moon, and so it's not far out of the way because that bow of Moon is totally required. So here we just really need to kill everything on our way.
Yeah, he does need to paralyze these skeletons in order to be able to kill them quickly, otherwise they just fall apart and you have to wait on them.
The skeletons have a unique property where if you attack them, they fall apart and then you can't hit them for a while. But if you paralyze them, it's sort of, they just stay still. In fact, they don't even have the pushback that most enemies have, so it's actually really easy to take them out.
And he's trying to spawn these brown slimes here, which I think are the highest non-boss enemy.
で、今落ちて敵をリスポーンさせたのかな。多分チャートを見てる感じだとそうだと思います。
Alright, so then this is Carmine, the final general.
So DD moved back a little bit for that shot. He didn't want to get
この今一瞬で倒されたボスの名前は多分カーマインだと思います。カルミネかな？カーマインかカルミネだと思います。あ、こんにちは、おはようございます。そうですね、今後のゲーム、なかなか有名タイトルが揃っているので、楽しみにしていてください。
It should also be noted that it shuts off for 1 frame every 8 frames, so sometimes things will still get through.
Yes.
あ、おはようございます。ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
Who says, "Hey there, we can't wait for the runner to stop by and turn us back from stone. I hear there's this hot new flute of line track we should love to hear. Just waiting here at Waterfall Cave."
まあ現在はゴッドスレイヤーが行われております。
I saw you all right. I'll be back someday.
One day.
Really, you had to move that way, didn't you?
So now we're back on Mount Hydra, where
ここは
first we're here
山
for
に
the
来たのかな。
cave. Now we're going to be
ここは
climbing to the
経験
summit
値が
of the
ま
mountain,
ずい
where we'll
と
find a
との
required
ことなの
quest
で
item.
稼ぎはやらないそうです。私が間違ったところを見ていなければですが。
There's not a lot of hints that you should come up here and get this item.
Yeah, and it needs to specifically be after getting the flight spell from Carmine or I guess technically from Kensu.
Yeah, we haven't seen flight yet, but it's actually like the most useful spell. It's really useful in combat. Almost as useful as paralysis.
Paralysis, I've noticed a lot of people like playing this casually just never really used the spell that much.
I never did playing this game as a kid.
But it's extremely useful in the speedrun, just keeping enemies from moving around and doing that. This is poison percent now, by the way. just want to point that out.
Well, this doesn't have FF1 poison sounds associated with it.
そうですね、邪魔なやつはまあたびたび何回か毒になっちゃってるので、やっぱり接触するとまずいので倒すって感じですね。はい、おはようございます。
You can burn through that pretty fast using the refresh spell to heal.
And barrier uses it pretty fast, and flight uses it up, and paralysis is 4 points of magic every use, so it drains pretty quick.
So there's an interesting consequence of the skip that I
これは仕様なのかな。
When you equip in the menu,
これは何なんだろう。
So with the teleport spell, teleport's a spell, so you're gonna have to equip that.
で、この砂漠ですが、
But since the warp boots are an item, he's able to equip the
魔法、あ、これは魔法なんですね。
something
グリッ
else in
チ
the
とか
menu.
ではない
So
と。
he's done a
なる
great
ほど。
job of routing
ありが
this
とうご
to
ざいま
reduce
す
the。number of menus, using those boots and another item very efficiently going through the menu and avoiding kind of a second menu after the
ただ、さっきのイルカのやつはグリッチですね。ちゃんとチャートにも書いてあります。
Actually, the max level in this game is only 16. He's going to be going most of the way there on these scorpions when he's heading for the pyramid, which is the next to last dungeon.
Wow, I'm getting a lot of despawns on these guys.
で、ここの、目標経験値は38,688だそうです。で、レベル16を目指すと。
So because of how the game is coded, when you're either jumping with the rabbit boots or flying with flight, you can still stab enemies.
で、サソリがですね、1440くれるんですよ。
At the same time, they
めっ
can't
ちゃ
hurt
美
you
味しいで
because
すね。
you're flying.
Shoutouts to this music, by the way, my favorite part of the soundtrack, personally.
There's so many good ones. My favorite is the mountain.
I actually like the tower myself. Scorpion.
So this first pyramid, we're gonna fight another end boss. Finally, he's the emperor of the evil empire that we're rebelling against. And we can't go anywhere without killing these enemies for experience.
Yeah, because we do need to reach level 16.
まあ、ちゃんとゲームの仕様の範囲内で飛んでいるので、別に悪いことではないですね。
And that's the evil empire, or emperor.
なんかいましたね。
Would he be the first evil emperor to ever come
も
back?
う、ボスの名前を調べる間もなく死んでいるので、
Have a way of doing
全
that,
く追いつかない。
So I
そう
guess
です
that was
ね、
the
どっ
pyramid.
かの
This is the crypt.
人たちは そういうことしますからね。
The bow. I'm looking around like, where's the bow? Did I get those?
見慣れてると、悪いことしてるんだなってなっちゃうんですけど、仕様ですとか、これはこういうのですって言われると、そうなんだって納得するしかないですね。
How to get through that room.
Can't you see that little icon that says a bow and a moon right there?
And then these warlocks, I think they're called.
Yep. That's what we call them.
Don't mess with these, because
oh no!
ここはどこにいるんだろう。
they can slime you just like Carmine, and he does have one fruit of Repun in order to fix that. But
I don't know how I didn't get hit by that one.
That was pretty lucky.
I think I need 4 more, so I can skip you.
So they're worth a lot of experience, but they also take a lot of hits.
And they're only vulnerable to the Sword of Wind, which is the weakest sword. Okay, good. You didn't spawn. That means I need all 4 of the other ones.
So the swords aren't completely balanced. Each sword has its own attack power, and they get higher attack power in increasing in the order that you find them.
And I believe they can still hit you with their slime beam even if you're flying too.
Yep, they can.
Yep.
Alright, so level 16 just in time for Dragon
お、
2.
レベル16になりましたね。
The routing is kind of that experience routing.
16でカンストなんだ。確かに EXP が0になってる。
Big RNG, everyone
で、なんか強そうなのが出てきましたね。
Unfortunately, we're not getting the best pattern. We're going to look for him to charge at us.
He is having a lot of fun.
Yep.
ここは、なんか乱数が絡んでるみたいですね。なんか乱数のために祈るって書いてあるんで。
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so unfortunately, pretty bad luck there, but for the pattern that he got, that was very, very well played.
Those stab strats, they're also pretty high in the category of, task tech that somehow made it, somehow you're able to do it.
Yeah, because I think the way you're intended to do that fight is to use the 3rd level charge of the Sword of Thunder, which does well, we might be seeing some of it, right?
Oh, we will.
Okay. Yeah, it does a full...
ラスなんです。ラスなんですか。なるほど。クリスタリスタワーで合ってますかね。
I am not going to be able to do that because the helicopter showed up at the exact wrong time. Get away from me! These helicopters are one of the worst enemies in the game. I should be able to make this work, though.
Yeah, so now we are in the tower, the Doomsday weapon that was kind of the focus of the story.
で、なんかここまで温存してたサンダーストームとかいうのをもう好きなだけ使いみたいなことが書いてありますね。
And we want to look for a little luck for these brown robots to move together so that we can get them, group them up, get them in the same lag storm.
Yeah, and then ideally too, he saves time by
あまり目によろしくないですね。ちょっとまあ気になる方は画面を小さくしたりとか、あんまりね、近寄りすぎないようにしてください。
but it also kind of reduces the number of times he has to go into the menu to use magic rings. Because the thunderstorm does use a lot of MP.
In the task, I don't even bother getting that thunder bracelet. All stabs all the time.
Okay, you keep coming left, buddy. Oh, good, you're going right. That is perfect.
Nice.
Oh. We're gonna play this a little safer.
なるほど。雑魚を一定数倒せないと進めない。
little dicey. It's a little risky trying to do that because there's projectiles can spawn inside my hitbox, or well, more accurately, past the barrier's hitbox.
Yeah.
And even if it touches the barrier's hitbox, it'll disappear. But if it touches my hitbox at the same time, it'll still do damage. And everything here does a lot of damage.
So we're at the top of the tower. We combined our swords into one sword, and now it's time for the final boss.
And time is on the screen fade out.
That was the final boss, but
yeah.
タイマーストップはフェードアウトした瞬間となります。タイム。はい。お疲れ様でした。GG です。めっちゃ早いですね、これ。
I will absolutely take a sub hour.
So the ranks of sub-hour runners of Crystallis is about 3 right now?
There are 3. Myself, Overswarm, and True Blue are the only 3 with sub-hours right now. And myself and Overswarm are the only 2 with sub-59s. Okay, so the route wasn't a complete disaster.
Yes.
Yeah, it went pretty well.
Went as well as it could have with a lot of poison.
そうですね、ちょっとボスの登場している時間が短すぎましたね。あまりにも早く倒されるので。
Because I thought about it for a moment. I'm like, you know, I could just do the old route. I'd be more comfortable with it. I'd be more practiced for it. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to be an idiot. I'm just going to be dumb and reroute this thing 2 days before the marathon and try to make it work. And it went way better than I was expecting, so I can't complain. Also, thank you to Puexel and Axeman for doing commentary for me. This is a really hard game for me to commentate by myself because there's just so much going on, and if I lose focus too much, I end up ramming my face into enemies, which doesn't work.
We have the most important credit coming up soon, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Right. Yeah.
Shout out to Jeff Peters.
Jeff Peters!
Anyone else you want to thank?
ワードレコードより1分遅い。ああ、じゃあ、本当に早いんですね。
One to the Crystallis randomizer community that has popped up as of like the beginning of this year. Another big shout out to Steve Hacks, who is the creator of the Crystallis randomizer.
私、元ネタがわからないんですよね、ジェフの。
He's been reverse engineering the game itself. Looking right at the code.
でも確かに長く苦しい戦いだったって言いたくなるようなこのエンディングの光景ですが、それはねちょっとね違うゲームなんでね。
And all the other crazy changes he put in, including making Dinah a real fight.
Whoa, wow, I haven't seen that yet. Yeah.
But if anyone's actually interested in trying out the randomizer, just go to crystallisrandomizer.com and you can play right there. We've got a Discord if you want to join it. Both me and Axeman are in there. But other than that, I got nothing. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for putting Crystallis in again. I'm always happy to show this off, and I'll send it off there.
And then with that, let's hear it one more time for Dragondarch.
はい。ゴッドスレイヤーはるか天空のソナタでした。次は、タス FF だったかな。そうですね、タスによるファイナルファンタジーですね。ではちょっと裏方の作業をしてまいりますので、今しばらくお待ちください。